The investigation into the abduction and murder of 9-year-old Chantel Crump continues to garner attention. Yet, police are remaining silent about the whereabouts of the male suspect linked to the tragic case. Despite ongoing inquiries, authorities have not shared any further details with the public regarding his location. In addition to the primary suspect, Angela Mejia, the male suspect was arrested some time ago and has been in custody since, though no formal charges have been filed against him. Frankie Thomas, the police public relations officer, tells Antigua.news that he will not disclose any information regarding the suspect's whereabouts.
So that particular matter is an ongoing investigation. Everything remains still pretty much under investigation. Where the man whereabouts is, I will not disclose. The matter remains an ongoing investigation, and the whereabouts of the man remains undisclosed until we complete our investigation. You need to know there are some things that you will know when it's time for you to know.
Residents close to the matter say he remains in custody. But how long can someone remain in custody without being officially charged with a criminal offense? We asked attorney and former police commissioner Wendell Alexander.
A person can only remain in custody for 48 hours. And in calculating 48 hours, Sundays and public holidays are said not to be included. Although, of course, the way in which the Constitution is phrased, I don't think it has ever been tested in Antigua and Barbuda. I am of the view that if the person is already arrested and charged, before the 48 hours end up on a Sunday or public holidays, then you'll keep the person in custody until the next court day, if bail cannot be granted by the police on the directions of the magistrates.
Alexander states that if someone fears for their life, they may request to remain in protective custody. He suspects this may be the case.
It may well be in those special circumstances that he elected to be held in protective custody, fearing for his life. That's the impression I'm getting, because there have been some public debates as to certain aggressive behaviors that might be meted out to him in the public domain. And this kind of vigilante justice is not one that the police should tolerate. And at the same time, too, he probably desired to be in protective custody until he can find a safe haven. Initially, when the reports came out by the police, I didn't think enough was done in terms of giving the public the kind of update that the public should get. For example, when he was in custody, I think it was clear at a very early stage that he was not part and parcel of the crime. And at least there should have been some way in which it could have been communicated to the public without the police investigations being hampered. Sometimes one has to use such language that you make it clear to the public while at the same time not saying too much. And I didn't think that Stratcom did a very good job in that respect. Yes, there are two persons in custody. The police have evidence in respect of the female's connection in respect of the murder. And I can't say too much now because the matter is now sub judice.
As investigation continues, officials face pressure to provide transparency and reassurance to a country deeply affected by this heartbreaking incident. 20-year-old Mejia has been charged with the murder of 9-year-old Chantel Crump. Authorities report that Mejia guided them to Crump's body, which was discovered in Weather Hills in the early hours of Saturday, March 15, just a few days after she was abducted. Locals are stressing that Mejia may not be the only suspect in the case. This has been a production of Antigua.news. I am Shameen Big Charles.